Good morning. My name is Jason, and I'm with Focused Counseling and Therapy in Daphne. What I want to talk to you today about is something that I am seeing an increasing amount of, and that is my adult clients coming in, and the biggest stressors in their life is not being things that are going on in their own life with themselves, but what they're dealing with their children, especially those with children from like 5 to 12 or 15 years old. And these are issues of the kids having anxiety and depression and identity issues, suicidal ideations. And those in themselves are not that shocking. They've always been there. But the intensity and the frequency of that occurrence has drastically skyrocketed in the last decade. And the question is, why? What may be a reason for this? Now, the one thing when I think about the last 10 years, 12 years, what has been introduced to our society that's really revolutionized things? And you won't be surprised when I say it is the cell phone. The cell phone is a marvel of technology. It gives us access to information that we normally would not have. And that is of itself is amazing, and we're able to hold it within our hands. And most adults know how to properly use it, to navigate it, to take advantage of all the possibilities. But what's happening more and more is parents are giving kids cell phones, which I'm not criticizing. I give my kid a cell phone so he can call me if I'm not with him and he needs me to come get him. But parents allowing their kids to have unfettered access to the internet. Recently, I had a client where their son went to spend the night at a friend's house, and they told their parents, "Hey, we want to play Roblox." And the parents are like, "Sure, here's the iPad, here's your iPhone. Have fun, knock yourself out." So the kids do that, and they get a little curious, as kids do, and they hit the internet button. And let's say there's no filters or anything, and the kids stumble upon things that can be quite troublesome, can actually cause them emotional trauma and mental trauma, because they don't have the intellectual or emotional development to be able to process these things. And also, when it comes to things such as the birds and the bees, you do not want your children to learn about the birds and the bees based on what they can see on a cell phone device. That can cause all kind of problems from what I have seen and from what you can read. It's not a good idea. So we as parents have just got to be vigilant on what we allow our kids to see and the access that we allow them to have to the internet via the phone, computer, whatever. It must be monitored. We need to protect our kids because in the past, we were the ones that instilled, or the parents were the ones that instilled the values and helped the child to develop its identity. And then it would expand from that to external family and friends, and then maybe the community, and the child grows and develops. But now with the internet, with the phones, and especially with unfettered access to the internet, you have an entire world now trying to tell your child who they should be, what's important, what's of value, how they should be, and to be accepted. So it's no surprise that you are seeing these kids developing these pathologies or these psychological issues because of it, because it impacts their emotions and they cannot mentally rationalize it through their brain because their brain's not fully developed. So we must just, as parents, be vigilant on that. And if you would like to know more about this, you can go to my website at jjohnsoncounseling.com. You can email me at jjohnson@jjohnsoncounseling.com, or you can always call me at 251 303 07 5338. And I thank you for your time. I appreciate you watching, and have a great week.